This is Nojo from Thranda Design. We're taking another look at our upcoming Pilatus PC-6 Turbo Porter. In the previous video we saw the engine starting sequence, so today we're taking a look at taxiing the aircraft. So the PC-6 is a tailwheel aircraft, so it has a steerable tailwheel. We have a couple different modes in the simulation, so we're going to bring up our menu here, and we're going to go steering. It's on realistic right now. We're going to set that to simplified just for a second so I can show you what that does. So in simplified steering, as we move the rudder back and forth, the tail wheel simply moves with it through a 30-degree arc. X-Plane will automatically apply some differential braking at high rudder deflections, but otherwise it's just direct steering like that. So that's the easy way. Now we're going to turn it to realistic. So what this does, go to this view. In realistic mode, the tail wheel moves directly with the rudder through plus or minus 25 degrees, but if we go past 25 degrees, like this, the tail wheel becomes free castering, and we see it's just kind of moving on its own. So now you'll need to use a combination of rudder with engine power and differential braking. So this is where that differential braking really comes into its own. If you have hardware axes assigned to the left and right brakes, then X-Plane will use those, but if you don't, if you have just like a twist joystick like I do, then X-Plane will automatically apply the brakes at when you're applying full rudder. So that's most of the realistic steering mode, and you can see once I get the wheel back within plus or minus 25 degrees, then the cam locks again and it will steer with the rudder. So now, because it's a tail wheel, it's unstable, we need that tail wheel to be locked for takeoff and landing. So I'm going to line up here on the taxiway, and we'll come to a stop. And so there's a lever to do that. So if we go here in the cockpit, and we step outside, we'll open the door, and now we can see we have this lever. So this is the tail wheel locking lever. So back is unlocked, which allows the tail wheel to steer with the rudder like we just saw, and forward is locked. So now, with the lever locked, if we apply rudder, we see the tail wheel does not steer. And so we'll get a little bit of aerodynamic effect, and the differential braking can kind of force it to turn a little bit, but this is what we'll set for takeoff and landing. So that locks the wheel. You can also assign this to a joystick command. I have this assigned to, let's take a look, joystick. I use the Logitech X56, toggle tail wheel lock, and that's just a default X-Plane command. So as I toggle the tail wheel lock, we can see that lever will move on its own as well. So there we go. That's our quick look at taxiing the PC-6 Turbo Porter. Hope you enjoyed, and next time, once we get to the end of the runway, we'll take a look at takeoffs. I'll see you then.